Hey everybody, greetings, salutations, and blessings from Nashville, Tennessee. Gunnar Nelson with Gunnar's Good News of the Day. I hope you guys are doing as well as you possibly can during this wacky time that we're in. It's crazy and getting crazier, it seems. My job every single day when I get up in the morning, what I'm doing is what I really don't normally like to do. I'm kind of combing through all of the media, trying to find any sources at all that have any kind of authenticity to them before I pass along the information that I kind of get from it. And today I'd like to talk quickly about the numbers out there. A lot of you, like me, are kind of focused on the numbers and what the infection rate is of COVID-19 and the death rate according to that. And here's where it gets confusing that I've found. The moving target that is involved in this has always been the denominator, the number of people infected with the SARS-2 virus that causes COVID-19. We really don't know, as a matter of fact, because technically, unless you have people in a confined and defined area that you can test absolutely everybody in that area, there's no external factors like imported numbers into that denominator, you're never really going to know the true number. And as I've mentioned in previous posts here in the last couple of days, they've done some studies out of California that have shown that that number of people actually infected with SARS-2 is far, far, far greater than what we'd initially anticipated. I think what's been going on here and what I've kind of been getting from this is the closest numbers that these models that a lot of people are relying on to define for all of us how many people are infected and therefore how many people are going to die and what that percentage rate is really based on the Diamond Princess. And if you think about that, makes a lot of sense. You've got a certain amount of passengers, just a little over 1,000 in a confined space. Okay, they're on a ship. They can't leave. There's nothing coming into that ship. And of the 1,100 so odd passengers, about 700 and change got sick with it. And a very small percentage of people tragically died. I'm sorry for all of those people and their families. Love goes out to all of you. And I'm not diminishing this, but that's really not an accurate picture of what the fatality rate is. And I wish they would stop relying on that. You know, in the one sense, yeah, it's great because it's a ship, people aren't coming into it, and they're not messing with the denominator there. But I have been on ships a lot. Matthew and I have done a lot of gigs on cruise ships. And we always used to joke about the fact there's no way we could actually do a cruise gig, which usually runs a week, without getting sick with something. It's the nature of a ship. I hate to say it, it's just the truth. Everyone's touching everything. You've got the buffets, people coming from countries all over the world, and their hygiene varies from country to country culturally. So Matthew and I, going on ships, we knew that the odds were that one of us, if not both of us, was going to get some sort of upper respiratory infection. And they never seemed to change the filters in the cabins enough, and that air is being exchanged. And when you had people on a cruise ship quarantined, they're recycling that air. That air is just going back to the same cabins and stuff. So if this is really airborne, which it's showing that it potentially is, you actually have a breeding ground for people getting sick. More people getting sick than you would think. Look, folks, here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, from all of the information that I've been getting out there, and again, I am not a scientist, I am just a rocker guy, what I am finding is that the closer to the truth is not the 7% mortality rate of COVID-19 that was reported from Wuhan, which is actually normal. When something generates from a particular area, those numbers, the mortality, for some reason the virus seems to be stronger, or maybe people are unaware and they're not social distancing, and so those numbers are going to be higher. But bottom line is, it's looking to me like the numbers for this particular disease hover right around 0.9%. If you factor in everybody that's exposed, which they're finding out now is about 85 times higher, as far as the denominator is concerned, and the numerator, which is the number of people who actually wind up tragically passing from this, you're getting a really close to around 0.9. And the normal flu, influenza, has a fatality rate of 0.1. So theoretically, is it nine times more likely is it to actually translate to a death? Well, yeah, right now that's true, but that's on the high side from what I've seen. I've seen it go all the way down to 0.09, which is less than the flu. We're going to find out the truth as this progresses. For you numbers freaks out there, here's the bottom line and the good news of this. Right now, pay no attention to the numbers, even the ones I just spouted out to you, because they mean absolutely nothing. But the one thing that we do know is that the numbers are far lower than what was anticipated at the beginning of this. And that to me is great news. So as we go into this disease, and as it progresses, we're going into the warmer months, it stands to reason if it behaves a lot like the other coronaviruses, which cause influenza, when things heat up and we get more sun, it's harder for this virus to actually survive in the air, and it goes away a lot faster. This might wind up being another one of our seasonal diseases, but with these great therapeutics they're coming up with and routines, and as we get to know more, the bottom line to this is that the fear that was originally generated by these numbers being huge, don't buy into them anymore, because we're finding out that they're a lot lower. And to me, that's great news, because what to me is more dangerous than anything, what I'm finding out in my research, is the panic and the fear that is generated by the unknown. Human beings don't like the unknown. We like to have some parameters that we can actually kind of operate from. So let me give you some parameters. You are absolutely blessed. If you're watching this right now, you are alive. And that's a wonderful thing. It means that you have a chance to choose what you pay attention to and what you don't, including this post right here and now. What I am going to say is you have an opportunity right now as a person who is healthy enough to be watching this, to be supportive to yourself, to the people that you love, and the information that you take in. Now, I believe in all of you. I believe that God is real, and I believe that love is what matters here. And fear's greatest enemy is love. And, obviously, a little bit of knowledge in the middle of all this, while they're talking heads on TV and they're giving you these numbers and these charts and these graphs. The bottom line is it's all a bunch of horseshit right now, because no one knows what they're talking about. So make up your own mind. All I know is right here and right now, this is not even nearly as bad as they originally made it out to be. And that's great news, because it could be a heck of a lot worse. But what I've seen is a lot of people coming out and supporting the ones that they love, just like I'm trying to do with all of you right now. I will tune in with you tomorrow and get some more stats, facts, figures, specifics on the therapeutics that are happening, the progress. There are actually 70 different vaccines in trial right now, 3 of which in particular are showing great promise. I'll get to that tomorrow. But in the meantime, it's the beginning of the week. I want you to choose to be positive. Keep your spirits up and your powder dry. I love you all, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take good care. All right, it's not that bad. Bye-bye now.